Hello, welcome to SED 252. Today I will inform you of the overview of the course, the grading components, the matrix we utilize, and the resources for all of your classes. SED 252 actually has two sections, each worth 4 hours. These courses are linked to your clinical experiences when you are at your site 4 days per week. SED 252 is assessing your off-stage teaching behaviors, and SED 252-02 is assessing your on-stage teaching behaviors. These courses are partially composed of your weekly module meetings and also the experiences at your placement sites. Your assessment, planning, and instruction in your classrooms are all vital components of your SED 252 grade. It is essential for success in both sections of SED 252 that you demonstrate independence and professionalism. You must also demonstrate that you can independently synthesize and apply module coursework and feedback from your cooperating teachers, supervisors, and coordinators. On-stage and off-stage behaviors, as indicated by the Charlotte Danielson framework, will also be encompassed in your performance. The following sources, including the observational conference records, conferences with your cooperating teachers, notebook checks, lesson plans evidenced in ongoing planning, ongoing data collection, extended reflections, and any noted dispositional concerns, help to make up the data we use for your SED 252, 01, and 02 grades. An analysis of the evidence recorded and indicator ratings on each evaluation of instructional practices summary will then determine the final grade for each section at the end of the semester. Feedback from the cooperating teacher is valued and considered when determining the final grade. However, the assignment of the final grade rests with your university supervisor and your field-based program coordinator. There are some issues to avoid, including chronic or significant disposition issues, absences, tardiness, and/or a lack of consistent and independent evidence of your knowledge and performance. Should these concerns become problematic, the listed consequences here could be implemented. The grading guidelines and matrix are applied by the university supervisor, program coordinators, and SED coordinator of field experience and student affairs when necessary to determine the final grade for SED 252 sections 1 and 2. As a note, a minimum grade of a C must be earned in each and every one of the 5 courses for consideration of advancement to student teaching from field-based. That means in every course you'll be taking during your field-based semester, you must earn a minimum of a C in all of them to continue to student teaching. The following matrix is utilized to determine your grades for SED 252, section 01. Remember, this is your off-stage teaching performance. First, you will look at your overall grade rating from Domain 1, your planning and preparation. This is right up here. Then you will look at the rating for Domain 4, your professional responsibilities. For example, if you received a competency emerging in Domain 1 and a proficient in Domain 4, you would match these two columns together where they meet to locate your overall grade. For example, in that scenario, you would have earned, what do you think it would be? That's right, a B in 252-01. Now let's make sure the process makes sense by looking at 252-02 together. 252-02 is assessing your performance in what area? That's right, your on-stage teaching. For this section, we will look at Which two Charlotte Danielson framework domains? I've given you a hint here to give you started. That's right, domain 2, classroom environment. So the other option would be your domain 3, instruction. So let's say in this section someone earned a proficient in their classroom management but needed significant improvement in their instruction. What course grade would they earn then? If you answered a D, that is correct. So again, let's look back at that. In domain 2, they earned a proficient in classroom management or environment, but they earned significant improvement needed in domain 3, their instruction. We match this down and they earned the D. Unfortunately, that means they would not pass their field-based courses because, as you remember, you must earn at least a C in all 5 of your courses this semester. Please keep in mind the performance descriptors which can be found here. Your level of independence, knowledge, performance, and disposition standards, as well as reflective best practices, decision-making, and meeting course expectations are outlined and need to be evidenced in order to earn proficiency. If you are watching this video, I am safely assuming you have been able to access the SED 252 ReggieNet site. Great job. For future reference, however, you can find many important course features for all of your field-based courses here. Here you can use the messaging tool if your coordinator would like to be messaged through ReggieNet. You can also find the gradebook that will house your final grade for 252.01. Probably one of the most important features, though, is the Resources tab, which I will talk more about in depth in the next slide. You found this video under the Getting to Know Your Courses tab, as well as many other videos that will go over each course's main application, grading, and provide you with course details. Weekly going forward, you want to utilize your Weekly tab on the left here for information and checking in often. Be sure under week 1, you also complete the Orientation tab and requirements. Okay. Here, as I've mentioned previously, is the Resource tab, which will provide you resources to use in all of your field-based courses. Be sure to always check here first when you need something. Each application has its own folder with materials you will utilize for that application. Additionally, the course materials folder will have manuals, calendars, some of the rubrics, and suggestions for success. As I mentioned before, each application for the courses, which you will learn more about, has its own folder. For example, there's the evidence-based practice folder. And then you will also find additional resources and articles here. Be sure to explore each resource subfolder to find what you need. Getting to know your field-based program will be a great resource to go back to frequently to review each course's requirements, assignment descriptions, and prepare for your supervisor visits. Be sure to check these resources to advance your independence. Lastly, just a few reminders. Be sure to utilize your Getting to Know the Program videos throughout the semester. You can always come back and check if you're confused or having questions. You want to be sure to complete the orientation materials during the first week and check in weekly on the tabs listed by corresponding week. Be sure you are accessing your resource section for 252 for all your applications and courses. Your grades for 252.01 and 02 will only be inputted at the end of the semester. Additionally, 252.02 on ReggieNet will only be used for housing that final grade. Thank you so much. We hope you have a great semester in field-based.